My name is Helia Buyck, and I have rescued a lot of chickens. I placed them in homes, and different homes where people cared for them. I cannot rescue all the population of chickens, unfortunately, but at least with the stories of my books, I hope that people will finally understand how valuable those animals are. Sometimes in the park, I saw that one of the peacock or peahen was limping, something was wrong, and I would catch that bird, bring the bird to the veterinarian, and who would take care of it, and I would nurse that peacock or peahen until I can bring the animal back to the park. During all those years, I've been working with two veterinarian offices. One was near the school where I work with the chickens. There is 4 veterinarians there, and when I had a problem with one of the chickens of the school, I would just bring that chicken over there. Or if a chicken was near death, I don't let a chicken die on herself. When I see that the chicken is old and she goes towards the end of her life, I would bring that chicken to the vet, and they would just euthanize her. I don't like to see a chicken suffer just because it's a chicken, like people say. It's a living being who deserves to be treated humanly, just like you would do with a cat or a dog. So that's how I got into peafowl just as much as chickens. And the town where there is that park gave me a nice award for my work with those peacocks and peahen. That was very nice. Around 11 o'clock in the evening, I decided to go to the school because I was worried about the chickens and the peafowl there. And I was suspected that maybe we would have a flood, but in reality, I think I didn't believe it. So I went to the school. I decided to put my van, behind the gate. There is a big gate, and the gate is in two parts and holds with a chain. And so I was behind there and sitting in my car, listening to my music and thinking, well, if things go worse, then I get out of my car, open the gate, and get out of there. All of a sudden, I hear a big bang, and I look, and it was the dumpster of the school. The dumpster, which is way at the other side of the parking, was there banging against the gate. And then I tried to open the door of my car, and it was hard, and all of a sudden I realized I pushed the door of my car, and here comes rushing in my car water. And in a few seconds, the water was up to my chest. I got out of my car, and I had my cell phone in my hand, and I tried to call 911, but it was busy and busy. So there was no use that they were going to call me, to answer to me. So I was out of the car, and I looked at the gate. I had water up to my chest, and it was raining less than before. But everything was dark. It seems all the lights were off. Even in the canyon, I couldn't see anything, but there were several firemen there, fire cars, and they have their engines on, and they couldn't hear me if I said, help me. I couldn't open the gate because the dumpster banging against the gate put the gate so tight, the chain was so tight that I couldn't remove the chain. Impossible to get out. So I was saying, help, help, but nobody could hear me because those fire stations, those fire cars, they had their engines on. So I tried to cross the parking and wanting to make a call in the main building. But the more I was going to the building, the more the current was taking me, and I had to back up and go back to my car. It was so dark I couldn't see what happened. I couldn't see if there was any destruction of buildings or how the animals were. I know the chickens were high enough and it would not be too dangerous for them, but still I was worried that maybe one of the structures gave away, because with the current, I think that the rush of the water was so hard that I thought that maybe the aviary was destroyed and maybe some chickens drowned. For the peacocks, I was not too worried because they always roost very high. Peacocks used to roost very high in trees. I was not worried about them. But I couldn't see anything. I had no flashlight, everything was drowned in my car. So I was starting really to tremble because I was so cold, with the water up to my chest. And I was praying, help me God, because I didn't know what to do. Those firemen could not hear me. And I could see their trucks turning at the intersection. So the firemen couldn't hear me because their engines were on. And saying, crying, help, help, there was no use. They couldn't see me. And I saw their car at the intersection a few meters from there, the intersection of El Toro and Laguna Canyon. They have several cars there, but they were turning around and going back and forth in Laguna Canyon and talking, and I could hear them talk. But the way they were turning, they never turned in with their lights on me. So I prayed God, please God, make it that one of those cars turns around in a way that their lights are just on me. And sure enough, it happened fast. One of the truck turned and his lights were straight on me. They stopped and they came down running to me, and they tried to open the gate and they couldn't. And because of the dumpster who hit the gate, there was a little opening at the bottom of the gate, and they said, "We are going to pull you there." I said, "No, you won't. It's not possible. I can't go through that small hole." And they said, "Yes, you will." And they pulled me under, and here I was, out of the school. They put me in their car. I was shivering. And one of them gave me one of their big, heavy vests, cover me, you know, to try to keep me warm, but it was not warm. I couldn't be warm. And then they brought me to the shelter in Laguna Beach. Several hours later, the water receded, and we went to the school, and what a catastrophe. I was not expecting to see what I saw. First of all, the aviary was half destroyed, but the chickens were all safe, and the peafowl too. And with the help of people who came to help, they caught the peacocks and put them in an aviary high up, because we couldn't take the chance to let the peacocks go around in the school. They had to be confined. And the chickens were okay, so I was very happy. But my car was completely flooded, and it was a total, I knew it. And at least I must say that the building behind the aviary was so flooded with at least 3 to 4 feet high of water, and all the floors were demolished. I love baby chickens because they are so cuddly. They are the cutest little creatures in this world. When they are born, they are so fluffy and so cuddly, and they depend so much on you, you know. You don't feed the little baby chick, the baby dies. It's not going to tell you anything. They depend completely on you. And that's the beauty of a little baby chick that I like. When they are born and they have a mother, well, they depend on the mother, of course. The mother shows them where the food is, and they can easily feed themselves. But if there is no mother, when we feed them with a special food that we bought at the store, and that food is medicated also for babies like this. But every baby that is shipped to the store to be sold is inoculated, receive a little shot of something against the diseases. So this is also good to buy those baby chicks in the store, because they receive their vaccination. For the future, it's good to know. When they don't have a mother, they need to have their food, but they need to have, beside the food and the water, of course, they need some heat, because they don't have the body heat of their mother. And the heat of their mother is about 100 degrees. So when you put them in a cage, they need to have a heating lamp. And they go there to sleep, or when they get a little bit cold, and when they are too hot, they go away from the lamp. Well, this is the good thing with those heating lamps that we can buy in stores. And they have their special food and their water. It's important to have their food and water on a platform that heighten the whole thing, because otherwise the bushwalking would come on the platform and in the water, and then the baby chicks would have no water to drink because it's filled with wood shaving. And I like them to have clean water, and I like them to have clean food without shaving in it. Just like for people, you know, you have to keep them clean and warm. Okay. This little chicken here, she's a little cochin. I named her Spotty, and her nails are too long. Wow, this is a long nail. Good girl. The other one here. Don't move so much, little girl, I'm not hurting you. You see those feathers that she has on both sides? Those Araucanas, they have those little feathers on the side, and when she had some wet dirt on it, she got those little feathers in her eye, and she lost an eye. I mean, she doesn't see, but so, and that eye is a little bit. Good girl, you are a good girl. Fine, we'll give another one tomorrow, okay? Good girl. She's a little bit thin, and I think that is because she doesn't see very well with that eye. So I'm going to probably go and see a specialist with her to see what can be done for that eye she doesn't see. And because she doesn't see very well, she doesn't eat very well. Okay, but just to be sure, I give her some medicine. So I take chicken at my home. I've been doing that also with peacocks sometimes. And I treat the chicken at my home. And I have, in the living room, I put big towels, beach towels, and a fencing, so I can really keep an eye on the animal, see if the animal is eating or not. And after several days, sometimes weeks, when I see the progress and the chicken or the peacock is okay now, then I rehome them and find very good homes for them. People don't realize that a chicken can be lovable just like a dog or a cat. So the two pet chickens that I had, the first one was Blondine and the other one was Snowball. They had different personalities. But I would take my pets with me in my van when I was working, and that pet would come on my knees. And would you believe that if I did not put the towel on my knees, the chicken would not come and would beg and would, you know, make her little noise, chicken noise, and look at me until I put the towel on my knees, and then she would jump on my knees. Then purr, just like a cat, showing me that they are happy. But they were both different. I think that Snowball, the second one, was more intelligent than the first one. Maybe it's because I spent more time with the second one. Blondine used to come and sleep on my bed, but at the foot of my bed. While Snowball, from the beginning, from the start, she came and slept next to me, next to my head. So that was the difference between the two of them. And I thought it was very cute from Snowball to sleep next to my head. And she would purr, and when I come to bed, she would purr last time as to say, just like to say good night. And she would not move until the morning, until I get up. So I took them, both of them, I took them in my car and they were spending time with me. I would go to the park and spend some time with another friend who had also a chicken. And both of them would forage and look for worms, something to eat. My friend and I, we would be sitting on a bench and eating our lunch. And of course, we would give to the two chickens some of our lunch. I must say there was a big bond, you know, between those chickens and myself. And I can compare their love and their faithfulness like the one of a dog.
Good pedos. Hi, Paddle.
They can hear them talk.
Come on, talk.
That's great. Paddles. Paddles.
I have to do your big Snowball. Yeah.
Hey, Paddles.
When I came in this country and I heard for the first time the expression, "You are a chicken," I didn't know what it means first, but then I learned very fast what it meant, and I was not happy about that. Because if you know a chicken is not what you say is. I learned I heard the story of a chicken where the barn caught fire. So she got out of the barn, and when the farmer came around, you know, and find that chicken in the middle of the field, she was completely burned. And with her foot, he turned the carcass of the chicken, and there were 6 little baby chickens all alive. So this mother protected her little chicken, even to death. So when people say you are a chicken, it really hurts me, because there's nothing further than the truth than that expression chicken. Tell to somebody you are a coward, okay, say that in full face, but not you are a chicken. I don't agree with that. When I think about that night when I almost lost my life in the flood, I know that God spared my life, but for several reasons. But one of the reasons is because since a long time I wanted to write a book about my own experiences with chickens. And I've done a lot of research about them, and I know that they are so mistreated in egg farms. And I do not think that it is right to mistreat animals like that. They can be killed, in another way than what I see. They don't have to suffer so much. In all this, to give food for the people. I don't have anything about eating chickens or pork or, steaks, as long as the animals does not have to suffer the way they do. Because it's not only the chickens, it's also the swines, it's also the cows, the horses. It breaks my heart really when I see how those animals are mistreated. So I wrote that book, and I think that it will help people to understand how intelligent those animals are, how precious they are, how interesting they are. They are fun to watch.